Can we be serious? Can we be serious this episode?
This episode is going to be focusing on a very serious topic. So we're going to talk to you like that one fucking radio conservative station. I forget what the fuck it's called.
It's probably a good thing you don't know what they're called.
NPR, I think.
Oh, God, yeah. NPR.
Today on NPR's podcast, I'm talking about Satanism and the positive things brought into this world.
You better watch your kids.
They're going to be going into Christianity. Don't let them do that. Also be talking about our Lord and Savior, Motionless and White. Welcome to NPR.
Welcome, everyone.
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. Welcome!
Why did you scream like that? You probably scared people for no reason.
I kept it in too long.
Dumbass.
Welcome, everyone, to the Hecate's Doorway podcast.
Welcome back. No, we are not a podcast about the goddess Hecate. We don't do info like that about her, or about them, as much as it'll be cool. Maybe one day we'll do it.
It's not like I put the subject of every episode on the title or anything. You know.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, no. Oh
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. For idiots!
Alright, Brennan. So,
what are we talking about today? I don't know. Read the fucking title.
What? I don't know the title.
Today, we are getting into Guy Fawkes.
Ooh.
Oh, we're going full history. I don't even think this is really considered true crime. I think this is just full-on history.
Well, it could be considered true crime, considering what he tried to do.
I mean, technically a crime has been committed.
Yeah. They were caught, so he didn't do it, but yeah. Crime was still committed.
But yes, we are going full history. We're going back to Guy Fawkes.
Ooh.
Back in the fucking 1600s. Not that we haven't already done. I think our first 5 episodes are all back at this time, but still,
yeah.
This is our home. This is where we belong. Alright, so, today, Guy Fawkes. Guy fucks. Does Guy fuck? Probably not, actually.
Oh, not
because
anymore.
He's very religious. Very religious.
Oh, okay.
This whole story has to do with one of the most irritating things about Christianity. It's their fucking 14,000 different versions.
Oh, of course.
It all has to do with Catholics versus Protestants.
Yeah.
What's the difference? I don't fucking know.
One slightly more traditional than the other.
It's all stupid.
Yep.
It's all stupid. But anyway, let's get fucking in. Let's just jump into it.
Alright.
So, Guy Fawkes, or as he was known when he went over to Spain, Guido Fawkes.
Really?
Guido.
Isn't that also like a slur?
I think it might be. But his name was Guido.
Weird, but okay.
Anyway.
Continue, Brennan.
Guy Fawkes was an Englishman and a Roman Catholic born in 1570, York, England. Guy was one of the main conspirators behind the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, which was an assassination attempt of King James in an attempt to remove the soon-to-be Protestant ruler and put a Catholic leader on the throne.
Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder and treason, and that's as far as I can remember.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, this whole story is where the whole V for Vendetta thing kind of got its inspiration from.
Yep. Really good movie. I love it. Highly recommend it.
I give it 6.5 out of 10.
Bitch. Better be 8.
It's
9.
It's like an 8.5.
Yeah.
But as Fawkes set up the barrels and fuse in preparation of the later crowning of James under the Parliament building, the underground tunnels became flooded with guards tipped off to the assassination attempt and hauled away Guy Fawkes.
Oh no.
He was ratted out.
No. Do we know by who?
Not entirely, but there's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know? And it all comes down to a very stupid idea one of them had.
What was the idea?
Oh, we'll hear about it.
Okay.
We'll hear about it.
Thank you.
Guy was born in 1570 in York, England, and was the second of 4 children from Edward and Edith Fawkes. The exact date of Guy's birth is unknown, but his baptism at the Church of St. Michael le Belfray was on April 16th, and the gap between birth and baptism was around 3 days. So April 13th may have been his full birthday. Which is an interesting thing to keep better track of his baptism than his birth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're like,
better that way.
It doesn't count until he's baptized.
Yeah.
He might as well be a devil spawn.
That's what some people believe.
Yeah, I'm so glad I wasn't born into any
they
religion.
believe that if a baby isn't baptized when it's born, it goes to hell.
I guess I'm going to hell then.
Better to serve in hell than
Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven.
Yeah, that.
So my fucking motto, bro.
Alright. When Guy was 8, his father died, and a few years later, his mother would marry Dennis Bainbridge.
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 What kind of name is Bainbridge?
Batman.
Brainworm.
I have brainworms, Batman.
Dennis was a Catholic. Like Guy's mother's side of the family, this was the time of the English Reformation, which began in the 16th century where the Church of England broke away from the Pope and the Catholic Church. England became, for the most part, a Protestant nation under the English Reformation, and Catholicism was a punishable offense. Well, that's a big topic that we won't be able to do justice quickly adding into this episode, so consider that a TLDR.
Holy wars, bro. Gotta have them, apparently.
So many. We should do some episodes on them, like the
God.
Crusades.
Definitely gonna do a whole episode about how Christianity just fucked over every pagan in the world.
That too.
I mean, that's literally one of the reasons those church burnings in Norway happened.
Yeah.
Because they were like, that was our culture. And you fucking took it over and gave me this bullshit.
You don't want that.
We don't want this. This is gross.
I
don't want to drink Jesus' blood.
Nah.
Get that mayo away from me.
Guy went to school at St. Peter's School in York, where many believe Guy learned even more of Catholicism, were both a governor of the school and had spent 20 years in prison for practicing, and the headmaster came from a family of still practicing Catholics. Two of Guy's fellow classmates, brothers John and Christopher Wright, will later be involved in the Gunpowder Plot.
So, it's so weird, this whole religious thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'll never get it.
People always want something to believe in because they're just too afraid of not to believe in anything.
I mean, not even that. Just like the fact that it's like their little stupid segments where it's like Protestant, Catholics, and whatever other dumb shit they have. It's like, what's the difference? Well, we don't do this one thing. Oh,
That's
sick.
it.
So fuck them because they do that one thing. They eat the crackers. They... Like, bro, chill out.
Boo.
Chill the fuck out.
There's just so many different variations at this point, it's hard to keep track.
Might as well just erase them all. Clean slate.
Ooh.
The clean slate.
Can you imagine if aliens popped up, though? It'd ruin all of them.
Bro, yeah.
That'd be so funny.
They might one of these days. Assuming they're already here.
Oh.
Reptilians.
No, the graves.
In October of 1591, Guy sold the estate he'd inherited from his father to go fight on the side of Catholic Spain during the 80 Years' War against the new Dutch Republic, from 1595 to 1598, until the Peace of Vervins Treaty was signed between Spain and France. But even after that, Guy would continue to fight in the Spanish army, growing in ranks, being promoted to junior officer or alferez, and being considered for the position of captain. Capitan.
Oh, Capitan.
Capitan.
He's a Capitan.
In 1603, Guy would be in Spain looking for support for a Catholic rebellion in England. That same year, King James would be crowned King of England and Ireland. King James, or King James VI, King of Scotland, as he was known, which is weird because in England and Ireland, I guess since he's the first king, he's just known as King James. But he's King James VI.
Ah, that's when they took over Ireland and basically ruined all of that too.
Ruined it, as they always do. James was both the son of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the great-great-grandson of Henry VII, King of England and Lord of Ireland.
Damn.
Even with Guy's career in the Spanish military, the court of Philip III would not give him any support for his rebellion.
How dare they?
How dare they not fight in another holy war, bro?
I know.
That's totally not still going on today. We definitely don't still do wars over dumb shit like religion. And
talk about the NRA.
Oil!
Oil.
Gotta have it.
Always need it.
Someone say oil will be there right away.
Yes. It's an oil spill where?
There's an oil spill where?
Send the drones.
Send the drones. Kill them now.
Take everything.
Take everything.
In 1604, Guy would find his rebellion. That year, he joined a group of Catholics who were in the midst of plotting an assassination attempt against James I. The group was led by Robert Cassaby, who came from a family of Catholics wanting to rid the less tolerable James from the throne and replace him with James's daughter, Princess Elizabeth. They planned to kidnap the 9-year-old Elizabeth and use her as a puppet queen, and to be brought up Catholic and later marry Catholic to hopefully end the English Reformation.
Yeah, that's quite the interesting, I don't quite understand. So I guess the thing was they're going to get rid of him. They're going to put his daughter on. I don't know how they thought they were going to accomplish that. But then I don't think that would even work, because I'm pretty sure, she would just be on the sidelines until she got, at least a little older, right? Wouldn't they find someone older until she got older?
Possibly. I don't remember how it works. I think they would just have someone as a stand-in until she was old enough to be the queen.
Yeah, I don't think this little gunpowder ploy would have any control over that.
I don't mention, how would they even go about trying to get her?
I don't know.
I'm sure she's probably surrounded by guards. She probably has constant nannies or some shit.
I guess they thought in the chaos of the explosion they would go get her. I don't think they had this all planned out.
No.
I think they were drunk off their asses.
Was she the first in line after he would die?
I don't know. I think so. But my thought was I think she's just too young. Because I feel like even if you are the first in line, I feel like they would still find someone older to hold place until she got old enough. Because I know they started young.
Yeah.
But 9 is way too young.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna. So I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
They were just half baked through this whole thing.
On Sunday, May 20th, 1604, the central 5 conspirators included Robert Casby, Thomas Wintour, Thomas Percy, and John Wright met at the Duck and Drake Inn at the Strand District in London. Catesby has already gone over this plan to assassinate James I, and the members of Parliament with gunpowder with Thomas Wintour and John Wright. Thomas had objected to the idea at first, but by the time all 5 had met and Catesby announced his plan again, he had turned around to the idea.
Thomas Wintour traveled to Spain. Hold on, Thomas Wintour traveled to Spain to attempt to gain allies in the conspiracy. No, okay, I'm done with that.
That's all.
I can't. It kills my brain cells.
Same. It's
and,
okay.
And while he found no help from Spain's end, he did end up meeting Guy Fawkes, who had been away from England at the time of the initial meeting of the conspiracy. Sorry if I sound stuffy, by the way. My allergies have been fucking me over for 2.5 weeks now. But this was exactly what he had been looking for, and went back to England with Thomas. In June of 1604, Thomas Percy would be appointed as one of the royal bodyguards, which gave him access to the house of the keeper of the king's wardrobe, John Wynyard.
Huh?
That is a long title. So, I don't know how he got in, but he got in. So he's like an inside man now.
Okay, so they're kind of thinking through a little bit.
They're kind of getting there. And Guy would take on the pseudonym of John Johnson. Very inconspicuous. John Johnson here for John Johnson's boats and dildos.
J. Jonah Jameson's brother over here.
I want pictures of Batman.
Wait, what? You mean Spider-Man?
No, that's my brother.
Oh, right.
I want pictures of Batman, preferably spandex. Leave me be.
Okay.
But he would take on the pseudonym of John Johnson. Don't know why, but he did. And became Percy's servant. to get inside as well. Inside man.
Inside man from the inside man.
Inside man, inside a man, inside a man.
Oh, it's,
Human centipede.
oh no. Keep going. We don't want to relive that.
Keep going. Don't talk about it. There's some stories of the conspirators were attempting to dig a tunnel from under the house Percy was renting to the basement of the Parliament building and only stopped.
Dig a tunnel.
Yeah, they were going to dig some stories say they were going to dig a tunnel, but they only stopped when Guy noticed that the cellar underneath the Parliament building was being cleared out. Though the only traces of this story come from possible confessions from some of the conspirators during interrogation and torture. Though there also seemed to be no evidence.
So it's kind of is a hole, right? Sorry, I just had to. They're digging a hole, right?
Well, they said they were digging a hole, but there's no evidence that they ever dug a hole.
Aw, really?
Yeah, so that's why I preface this as there are some stories.
Okay.
Because it also sounds incredibly stupid that they were going to dig an underground tunnel and burrow to the cellar of the Parliament building.
Fair point.
So, in all honesty, they probably just noticed that the undercroft of the Parliament building was being cleared out. Don't ask me how regular people can rent out the basement of a building in which your king sits in. Yeah. But apparently you could.
Huh, interesting.
Pre 9/11, I guess.
Pre this, I'm pretty sure.
Pre this.
Pre assassination, dumbass. Not anymore, you can't.
No, definitely not. You can't just camp out under the White House.
No.
Yo, can I rent out the White House basement?
No.
And bring in barrels upon barrels of gunpowder?
You seem suspicious.
Go ahead. He's just a kid. You know what kids do. They do dumb shit.
His name's John Johnson.
His name's John Johnson. Who's a good guy who isn't named John Johnson? They all good.
Exactly.
Just like Steve Smith and fucking Terry Bullwinkle.
What?
I don't know.
Keep reading.
Regardless, they did purchase a lease to the Undercroft and set it up as the perfect place to hide their underground gunpowder barrels. So yeah,
nice.
They just fucking rented out the underside of the Parliament building and brought a ton of barrels in.
Yay.
Everyone was just like, yo, why are you bringing these barrels in? And they're just like, mind your fucking business. And they're like, okay.
It's just a bunch of potatoes.
He told me to mind my own business. I ain't no fucking nosy ass bitch. I ain't about to snitch.
Okay.
The car's just like, wait, no goddamn snitches.
According to Guy Fawkes, at first they moved in 20 barrels of gunpowder. And then on July 20th, they brought in 16 more. This seemed the date of the Parliament building's opening was pushed back to November 5th due to the possibility of the presence of the plague.
Oh,
the plague!
The plague!
The Black Plague.
Which plague?
The black one.
We got vaccines for that now.
Exactly. Actually, I don't think there is vaccines for the Black Plague. For the Black Death.
How does it, not exist anymore?
No, it still exists. You just don't contract it because we're much cleaner now.
We're not filthy savages anymore.
Don't throw a shit out the window and literally just spill it on people sometimes. We wash our hands. We take showers.
We keep ourselves clean, god damn it. And we take tactical baths.
Exactly. In May of 1605, Guy had left England in an attempt to forge support for the conspiracy. Though, again, it seemed he was unsuccessful in his search, and he returned sometime in late August. Upon his return, he would find that the gunpowder they'd left in the undercroft had decayed.
I didn't know gunpowder could decay.
Yeah, it can decay, it can become useless after some time. If it's left out in the open to the elements, it will no longer work.
Damn, maybe they should have thought that through.
Yep.
Before leaving it in a dingy basement.
They should have made sure it was airtight and kept it clean.
Airtight, you say?
Airtight. They would quickly replace the gunpowder. How much money they got that they can just buy barrels of gunpowder?
They must be, like, well off. I mean, one of these guys has a job in, like, the royal whatever.
Still, barrels of gunpowder?
Hey, shit was cheap back then, bruh.
I guess so.
Maybe they go to, like, black market gunpowder.
You never know. That could be the case.
Probably, man. That's why it fucking decayed so fast.
They would quickly replace the gunpowder along with firewood to conceal the barrels. During this October meeting, it was decided that Guy's final role in the plot was to ignite the gunpowder and quickly get away.
Imagine just, like, everyone coming to the conclusion that you're the one that has to light the gunpowder.
They're like, wait, what?
I wonder how they came to it. Did they draw straws?
Or because he's maybe the last guy to join.
Like, oh, newbie has to light the gunpowder.
Boo, newbie.
Oh, go newbie. Don't die.
They're like, excuse me.
Excuse me, I think we should draw straws.
Yeah.
You just, like, grab all the same straws and they just cut one. Alright, everyone. Don't grab that one. Here you go, guy. Oh, you grabbed the short one. I guess you're doing the gunpowder.
Damn it.
On October 26th, Lord Monteagle had received an anonymous letter, and here's what I was talking about earlier. He received an anonymous letter saying, quote, retire yourself into your WOYRE for your Conti, whence you may expect the event in Safety for they shall receive a terrible blows this parliament.
Old English.
Y'all can't see it, but oh
and
my
ladies,
god.
Gentlemen, ladies, Old English, everything between.
So essentially, Lord Monteagle got a letter saying, hey, yo, we're going to blow up the Parliament building this day. You should not come.
It's like that one friend for the quiet kid is like, hey, you want to go to class today. Don't come in school.
It seems to be unknown which of the conspirators had sent the letter, but they decided to continue on as they believed it would be thought nothing more than a hoax, and upon checking the undercroft, the gunpowder barrels were undisturbed. So, I guess it was public that this letter was given, and from everything that I can see, they believe that one of the conspirators sent it to this guy and possibly others who they thought were actually Catholics.
Yeah.
Dumb idea.
Very dumb. You should just get rid of the whole lot.
But, yeah. Though, as it turned out, Monteagle... I love that name. Monteagle did not think it a hoax, and shared the letter with King James. Sir Thomas Kinvet was ordered to search the cellars beneath Parliament. The search was conducted the morning of November 5th. November 5th. There we go.
That's why remember
right,
the 5th of November.
V for Vendetta fans, you can now come. The guy had taken his post in the night before and had set up the barrels. So my man slept under there all night to get ready for this.
Jesus.
The guards searching the cellars found Guy attempting to escape quickly and arrested him, soon finding the gunpowder barrels.
Should have just set them off right then and there.
Yeah, but...
Like, I'm taking you all with me.
So, yeah. They fucked up.
Yay.
Who would have thought? Not that if they actually blew up the Parliament building that the other part of their plans would actually go through. I doubt they would. I doubt they'd get away with kidnapping the princess.
Yeah.
Not to mention that just sounds like a fucking fairy tale. Gonna kidnap the princess and make her the queen, and then we'll get all our Catholics back, and we can all jerk each other off in Catholic mass while we eat
Oh, you
Jesus.
mean the kids?
Oh, gotta love Catholic priests. No, you don't, because they're all pedophiles.
Guy was taken away to be interrogated in a private chamber, where he gave his name as John Johnson. When asked what he was doing with all the gunpowder, he replied, to blow you Scotch baggers back to your native mountains. Claiming he was ashamed he failed in his attempt to do so. James I admired his steadfast manner, saying he had a Roman resolution. Oh, at least he respected him, I guess.
I gotta give you that respect before I take this here knife, shove it up the people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk after I shove this knife up your people.
That said, James I still ordered Guy to be tortured in order to reveal his co-conspirators. Ordering the torture to be the starlight and slowly amped up the intensity, Guy was taken to a room in the Tower of London, later named the Guy Fawkes room, where he was asked questions written by King James, such as who he really was and where he learned to speak French. At first, Guy held his own well enough to even sound asleep through the night, though later the next day his resolve started to break.
That's something I forgot to mention. At this point, when they capture him, he's only speaking French to the guards.
Okay.
Not really sure what that does.
I think he's just trying to pass off the Frenchman and not trying to reveal.
I am not a Englishman. I am a John Johnson. Oh, oui, oui. Has anyone seen my baguette?
What? On day 2, he began to reveal who he really was, speaking English instead of French to the guards. And on day 3, he revealed everything from the other 5 conspirators and the entirety of the plan. Oof.
That bitch, that rat! Snitch, bro. He snitched on him, dude.
Ugh. They got lucky with torture. Normally, torture doesn't always work.
That's true. I guess he was just a little bitch.
Torture only works to reveal information you already know. Because they'll just say anything to make the pain stop otherwise.
That is true. That's a whole episode of its own to talk about fucking batshit police interrogation.
Ooh.
On Monday, January 27th, Guy and the other conspirators were put on trial. Guy himself pleaded not guilty, though the jury would find them all guilty. Lord Chief I love these long-ass titles. Lord Chief Justice Sir John Popham. Popham. That's a hilarious name for his position.
Yeah.
Pronounced them all guilty of high treason, and Attorney General Sir Edward Coke of the Coke Company.
Oh,
No. It's like, yeah. I mean, that's an interesting last name, but oh well. Condemned them all to be drawn and quartered, saying they were to be, quote, put to death halfway between heaven and earth, as unworthy of both, end quote. Their genitals would be cut off and burnt before their eyes, and their bowels and hearts removed. They would then be decapitated and They would then be decapitated, and the dismembered parts of their bodies displayed so that they might become, quote, prey for the fowls of the air, end quote. The execution took place on January 31st.
Damn.
And for anyone who doesn't know what drawn and quartering is, first they hang them, but they don't hang them till they die. That's why you'd always hear, like, to be hung until they're dead or something like that. They just hang them a little bit, just to loosen them up.
Just a little bit.
Though apparently Guy jumped and he snapped his neck, so he dodged all this. Like a little bitch he was.
He's like, you know what?
Yeah, fuck all that noise.
I'm doing it now.
But the rest of them, I think they all were just hung, they got loosey-gooseyed.
Yep.
So then when you get drawn and quartered, you get tied your arms, legs, and head around horses, and then they slice your stomach open, and then the horses start pulling. But the horses cannot pop your limbs off. They just stretch the fuck out of you. So that's when people come in, and they start cutting the limbs off as you're being pulled.
Nice.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Very, very gruesome.
Very indeed.
Justice has been served, has it not?
I don't know. But okay.
And that's the end of that.
Woo! And on to the book of English magic.
And on to the book of English magic, which will probably be next year.
Well,
that's a big book.
So it is a big book. Damn.
I got a lot of books that are going to be episodes here soon.
Yeah.
Got some good ones. We're going to do a lot of history and a lot of weird shit coming up.
Nice.
A lot less true crime. Because that genre is getting oversaturated.
And that is the story of Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes?
Funny enough, they still have a festival of him, though, in England.
They do?
Yeah. Even though it failed, I think that's why they celebrate it, but yeah.
Well, initially it started with celebrating that they caught him. It was celebrating that he was dead. And then I don't know if it got, like, switched or it just, like, lost its meaning and everyone's just like, hey, Guy Fawkes Day.
Could be.
What's Guy Fawkes? I don't know, dude. I'm getting drunk.
That's why they all wear the mask, though.
They all wear their masks so they don't know they're cheating on their wives.
I don't know who came up with that mask. Like, did he actually have that mustache and goatee and face?
He probably did. I mean, I think that was pretty popular, like, style for, like, people who are more, like, ritzy back then.
Yeah.
And there you go. There's a little bit of history for you, since the History Channel doesn't play history anymore.
They just play whatever they can make up.
You know
no, that's Discovery Channel.
Oh, no, History does it too. History does fucking swamp people.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fake pawn shop.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you all for stopping by and listening to our podcast.
Thank you all so much for listening to this show today. We love you
back
all.
To the NPR segment.
Thank you for listening to our NPR segment. It's so boring that I'm falling asleep as I record it. I'm so bored. Listen to something better. No, thank y'all for listening.
Yep.
As always, all of our stuff's in the show notes. If you want to follow us, buy shit, support us. Hail Satan, everyone.
Blessed be, and have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever the fuck you're doing.
And go fuck yourself, because it's good to do. Clears out the clogs, declogs the pipes.
Love yourselves.
Fuck yourselves.
Don't hate yourselves. Hate your neighbors. Don't hate your neighbors.
Hate thy neighbors. Spit in Jesus' face.
All right, let's go bye before we get in trouble. Bye.